and Power Development, Honourable Wende. Chairperson, Portfolio Committee on Budget, Finance and Investment Promotion, Honourable Liwayo. Chairperson, Portfolio Committee on Land, Agriculture, Water, Fisheries and Rural Development, Honourable Maburutse. Chairperson, Portfolio Committee on Higher and Tertiary Education, Honourable Makombe. Chairperson, Disability Caucus, Honourable Nyampinga. Chairperson, Portfolio Committee on Local Government and National Housing, Honourable Njanji. Chairperson, Portfolio Committee on Youth, Honourable Ziyambi. All Honourable Members of Parliament here present. Mutapa Investment Fund Executives. Fidelity Gold Refinery Board and Management here present. Members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. Let me start by expressing our sincere gratitude to our shareholder, Mutapa Investment Fund, for organizing this visit by the Public Accounts Committee to Fidelity Gold Refinery. On behalf of Fidelity Gold Refinery's board, management and staff, I would like to express our heartfelt appreciation to the Honourable Chairperson and the distinguished Honourable Members of Public Accounts Committee for honouring us with this visit. We are truly privileged to host you. Your presence is deeply valued and appreciated. Without any further ado, let me go straight into my presentation. Who is Fidelity Gold Refinery? Fidelity is designated as the national gold refinery for Zimbabwe in terms of the Gold Trade Act. Fidelity Gold Refinery is wholly owned by Mutapa Investment Fund. And what are some of the key statutes that governs our operations? We've got the Gold Trade Act, and that's where we derive our mandate from. Then we've got the Mines and Minerals Act, then the Reserve Bank Act. In terms of our mandate, we are mandated to buy gold, refine gold, and export gold to various international destinations. And some of the destinations, they include destinations like the Dubai, Hong Kong, and others. As Fidelity Gold Refinery, we buy our gold from large-scale miners, artisanal and small-scale miners in Zimbabwe. Fidelity Gold Refinery has got 22 gold buying centers around Zimbabwe in areas where there is gold. So, over and above those 22 gold buying centers, we have got also what we call mobile gold buying units to buy gold in areas where we don't have our gold buying centers. And where we don't have gold buying centers and we don't have a gold mobile unit, we have got what we call gold buying agents. The idea at the end of the day is to make sure that where there is gold, Fidelity is present there, so that we buy all the gold and deliver it to Fidelity Gold Refinery. In terms of gold refining, basically we are saying we refine our gold from a minimum of 99.5% to a maximum of 99.99%. Then in terms of our sales or exports, we sell our gold to both local buyers and also international buyers. Then in terms of our governance structure, at the top, we've got Mutapa Investment Fund, who is the shareholder. Then below that, we've got our board of directors, who are accountable to the shareholder. Then below that, we've got the general manager, then the rest of the senior management staff. Then in terms of the committees that we have, we've got the audit Risk and Corporate Governance Committee, Human Resources Committee, the Gold Committee to deal with all gold issues, and also the Integrity Committee. Let me move on to the key priorities for the year 2026. In terms of our key priorities, we are saying we are going to set up 3 gold service centers and 3 new gold buying centers. And we are going to do that in the following areas: in Inyati, Mberengwa, and Chimanimani. So where we are going to set up those gold service centers, we are also going to set up gold buying centers within those gold service centers, so that the gold that is processed there is paid instantly to our artisanal and small-scale miners. And in terms of these gold service centers that we are talking about, it's a one-stop shop where all the services will be provided. Like, for example, the gold ore will be processed and the gold extracted will be paid instantly. Before the end of this May, we are going to commission one of our gold service centers in Mberengwa. Then one of the priority areas is to do with financial sustainability. As Fidelity Gold Refinery, we are not supported by Treasury in terms of our day-to-day operating expenses. We eat what we kill. So as an institution, we make sure that we generate enough revenues so that they will be able to cover all our operational expenses. And in terms of financial sustainability, I think one of the important things that I need also to mention to you, honorable members, is that in terms of our financial statements, we are up to date. We are up to date, meaning to say our financial statements were audited as at 31 December 2025. Then formalization of the artisanal and small-scale miners. In terms of the formalization, it's a very important area in terms of our operations. One of the key issues to do with formalization is, at the end of the day, we need to understand the sources of gold in terms of responsible sourcing. So we are saying we need to formalize the artisanal and small-scale miners so that at the end of the day, we know exactly where where the gold is coming from. We have introduced what we call an artisanal and small-scale gold card. This gold card that we are talking about, basically we are saying it will show things like, for example, the name of the miner, the location of the mine, the registration number of that claim or the mine, and all other pertinent details. The miner also at the end of the day is able to use that card. There is a QR code where when scanned, the miner will be able to see the transaction history in terms of all the transactions that they would have done with Fidelity Gold Refinery. Then accreditation is also one of our key priorities for the year 2026. And in terms of accreditation, what I want to tell you, honorable members, is that we are at 95% to get our accreditation. So what we've done is that there are so many requirements in terms of accreditation requirements, and what is only left for us to get to apply for accreditation is only one item. The item is to do with a review of our systems by an international auditor. And for your information, we have engaged an auditor. And as we are talking, they are busy reviewing our systems and procedures and everything so that we do what we call a gap analysis. So once that is done, then we will sort out all the issues that we have been raised. And then after that, we apply for accreditation. And that exercise that I'm talking about in terms of the gap analysis is going to be finalized before 31 May 2026. I think maybe I need also to give some background information. We were accredited to LBMA and we lost our accreditation in the year 2008. And the reason why we lost that accreditation was because we could not match or meet the threshold that was required of 10 tons of gold per annum. So as we are talking, last year, we are talking of 46.7 tons that we have. So we are on course in terms of achieving that objective of accreditation before the end of this year. Our target for the year 2026 gold deliveries is 50 tons. Last year, in the year 2025, we achieved 46.7 tons, and for this year, 2026, we have a target of 50 tons. And I can assure you, Honourable Members, we will achieve this target. We have put in place all the necessary strategies, and we are very happy with all the support that we are getting from government in the form of favourable policies so that we achieve that target. Then one of our priorities is the payment of our dividend to our shareholder. Honourable Members, in the year 2024, we paid a dividend of 5 million. And for the year 2025, we are going to have our AGM tomorrow. And we are going to pay more. I'm not going to talk about the figures because there are certain procedural issues that have to be done, but we are going to pay more than 5 million, and we are going to have our AGM tomorrow. Then in terms of gold deliveries, we've done some analysis from the year 2020 to the year 2026 first quarter. So in terms of the trend there, from the year 2020, with 20 tons there, then 2021, 29, 2022, 35, and year 2025, 46.7 tons. Then in the first quarter of the year 2026, we had 9.3 tons that we received. And if we compare the first quarter of 2026 and the prior period in the year 2025, you will find out that in the year 2025 there was 8.5 tons, and there was an 8.3% increase in gold deliveries. Generally, what happens, Honourable Members, is this: during the first few months of the year, of every year, the deliveries, they start low, but as the year progresses, the deliveries will start to increase. Why? Because generally during the first few months of the year, it will be raining. So some of our artisanal small-scale miners, they don't have the state-of-the-art equipment in terms of the extraction of the gold. So some of their shafts will be waterlogged, and they will not be able to extract that gold. So as the year progresses, the gold deliveries will start to increase. What were some of the major drivers of this positive trajectory from the year 2020 to the year 2025? Favorable gold prices. That was also one of the key factors in terms of the increase in gold deliveries from the year 2020 to the year 2025. If we look at the prices at 1 January 2020, the price was 1,590 per ounce. And as at 30 April 2026, the price was at $4,560 per ounce. And this translates to about 186% increase in the gold prices. Then I've talked about the favorable gold government policies. Then increase in gold buying centers from 13 to 22 from the year 2020 to the year 2025. Then there were also some expansion projects that are being carried out by our miners, especially the large-scale miners, the likes of the Eureka, Caledonia, and others. Then as Fidelity Gold Refinery, we're also making sure that whenever we receive gold from our miners, we timelessly pay them. Then we've got also what we call the Gold Development Initiative Fund. This is a fund to support our artisanal and small-scale miners so that at the end of the day, they increase gold production. What we have realized, honorable members, is that our artisanal and small-scale miners, they have got the potential to do more in terms of gold production. But what is lacking is capacitation. They don't have the requisite equipment or machinery to extract the gold. So we've got a fund that we have to capacitate those miners. And so far, from 2016 up to now, there has been some very good progress. Whenever we fund these miners, at the end of the day, we are realizing some very good benefits, because at the end of the day, the gold deliveries are increasing to Fidelity Gold Refinery. Then what were some of the strategies to increase gold deliveries? We've got our gold buying centers. I think I've talked about this. Let me go to the gold safe centers. I think I've also covered this one in terms of the gold safe centers. Then let's talk about the gold traceability system. Fidelity Gold Refinery, we successfully launched what we call the mine to market traceability system. This system uses blockchain technology. This is actually a very significant milestone in enhancing transparency and accountability across the gold value chain. So basically what we are saying with this traceability system is we are able to track the movement of gold from the mine to Fidelity and from Fidelity to the international market. And what are some of the benefits of the gold traceability system? We are saying it offers real-time tracking of bullion movement through the gold value chain. It enhances transparency and accountability. It also promotes formalization of the artisanal and small-scale mining sector. Then it also promotes responsible sourcing. And responsible sourcing is quite key, especially when we export our gold out there. The buyers, they want to know the sources of the gold. Prompt payments for deliveries, and also it offers a secure platform for gold delivery. I think at this point in time we can play the video.
As Fidelity Gold Refinery, we are committed to unlocking Zimbabwe's gold potential. We are your partners for growth. We are driven by a desire to enhance the growth of gold deliveries by small-scale and large-scale miners. We operate under the Mutapa Investment Fund as Fidelity Gold Refinery. Imagine a world without gold. No glittering jewelry, no gold coins, no royal treasures. From ancient Egypt to great Zimbabwe, gold has driven trade and shaped civilizations. Gold is a store of wealth. It backs currency reserves. In Zimbabwe, it's one of the precious metals that backs our local currency, the Zimbabwe gold. Zig. Gold is more than just a metal. It is the bloodline and lifeblood of our economy. No one in Zimbabwe, like the rest of the world, has committed to responsible gold trading. In today's commodity markets, transparency and accountability open doors to new opportunities and better prices. Fidelity Gold Refinery is alive to global trends and is leading the charge with its innovative mine-to-market system, which has been designed to revolutionize the gold trading experience in Zimbabwe.
We are proud to introduce Fidelity Gold Refinery's mine-to-market system, which is designed to change the gold trading experience for miners in Zimbabwe. This system supports our strategic objectives and is underpinned by the legislation passed in June 2023 requiring gold traceability. The mine-to-market gold trading system enhances formalization and transparency in the gold industry in Zimbabwe. With secure gold delivery, transparent pricing, efficient refining, prompt payment, and capacity building, Fidelity empowers miners to reach their full potential through realizing more gold returns.
To ensure that nothing is left to chance, FGR have contracted Africa's leading mine-to-market tracking system developer, Comstack, to work with local mines in ensuring that Zimbabwe is fully compliant to global standards. Here, they explain how the mine-to-market gold tracking system works.
Good day. Comstack is a specialized technical solutions provider for traceability and tradability. For over 25 years, I have worked across several African countries to provide governance and traceability solutions in the mining industry, including Ghana, Rwanda, Ivory Coast, South Africa, and others. Our role at Fidelity Gold Refinery is to provide the technical expertise and support to meet the refinery's strategic goal of bringing transparency, accountability, and security throughout the entire value chain. We have implemented the traceability framework to allow all mine centers across the country to work together using a web-based solution that allows the seamless integration of all processes at FGR. This is supported by blockchain technology and is hosted and managed internally at FGR for greater control. The large-scale mining traceability solution is implemented and managed as an independent version for each mine, with a secure connection to the broader FGR ecosystem. This ensures that each ASM retains autonomy over their data and processes, benefit from full integration with the global traceability framework, whilst maintaining compliance and transparency at every level. We invite you to join FGR in shaping a responsible future for Zimbabwe mining.
Mine-to-market system offers a number of advantages, such as secure gold delivery, transparent pricing, efficient refining, prompt payment, and capacity building.
Join us in shaping the future of the gold industry in Zimbabwe. Partner with Fidelity and start using the mine-to-market system today.
For more information, please.
Okay, thank you very much. I think the video was very clear. Let's move on. Let me move on to Gold Trade Enforcement Unit and Elution Monitoring. In the year 2024, the Gold Trade Act was amended through Part 3A of the Finance Act to establish the Gold and Trade Enforcement Unit, which is operating under Fidelity Gold Refinery. And this Gold Trade Enforcement Unit, it comprises of Fidelity officers and the ZRP officers. And their mandate is basically to safeguard Zimbabwe's gold economy and ensure adherence to established regulations. In terms of the core functions, they assist miners in preventing the theft of gold from mining locations, preventing the sale of gold to an entity or individual other than a holder of a gold dealing license or a person explicitly authorized under the Gold Trade Act, ensuring all gold is channeled through legitimate avenues. Let's move on to the next slide. Access to low-cost funding. We've talked about the Gold Development Initiative Fund, where we're saying the idea was to make sure that at the end of the day, we increase gold production by capacitating our miners. And I'm happy to report to the Honourable Members that over 1,000 members, or 1,000 miners were assisted under the Gold Development Initiative Fund. Then artisanal and small-scale miners formalization. I've also touched on this one when I was talking about the key pillars for the year 2026. Then in terms of the environmental, social, and governance, on this one, honorable members, I'm happy to report that in the year 2025, our board approved an ESG policy and is now being implemented. Then in the year 2025 again, at the end of the year 2025, we did our own assessment. The assessment was just to make sure that, to just check, to see that in terms of what we wanted to do and in terms of what is happening on the ground, what was it like in terms of the gap analysis. So we were able to identify all those gaps, and in the year 2026, we are simply implementing. So we also came up with a strategy, an ESG strategy, that was also approved for the organization for the year 2026, so we are just now implementing. So in terms of the reviews, every quarter we'll be doing our own reviews in terms of our ESG strategy to just make sure that what we set out to do is exactly what is happening on the ground. Then in terms of corporate social responsibility, this is a very important issue in terms of our operations as Fidelity Gold Refinery. So you will find out that in terms of those communities where we operate or where we've got our gold service centers or our gold buying centers, we employ members or employees from the members of the community so that we support them. Then we also provide some loans to some of the artisanal small-scale miners so that they graduate from being an artisanal small-scale miner to a medium-scale miner. I'm also pleased to say that we have entered into some partnership with EMA, especially to do with things like on the disused mining shafts closure. So this is ongoing, and we are doing some very good work there, and there's been some good progress in terms of that. Then in terms of key achievements for the year 2025, we exceeded our gold target for the year 2025. Our target was 40 tons, and we closed the year with 46.7 tons. Then we also achieved our mine-to-market traceability system and our ERP system, which is now in place. Then in terms of dividend payment for the year 2025, it was 5 million. It was also an achievement that we've also done. Then we've also capacitated more than 1,000 miners. Then let me talk about the accreditation. I think in terms of the accreditation, I've also touched on this when we were talking about the key priorities for the year 2026. So I will not repeat on that. Then maybe let me talk about some of the challenges that we are facing as an institution. One, we are talking of the gold price volatility, the unpredictable movement of gold prices on the international market. Then another challenge is to do with the high cost of borrowing from our local financial institutions. Some of the funds that we are borrowing, they're quite expensive. Then also the conflict in the Middle East is also another challenge, because we've been challenging some of our gold to the Middle East. But what we've done there is that we've explored some other markets, and we are now using those other markets that we've explored. So we no longer have that challenge. Then in terms of solutions for gold price volatility, we are saying we are hedging. We've got a hedging program in terms of our gold prices, so that at the end of the day, we are not exposed to the unpredictable movement in gold prices. Then in terms of the high cost of borrowing, was most of the funds that we use to buy our gold, some of them we borrow them. So what we've done is that we've put in place a fund that we own as Fidelity Gold Refinery, that we use to buy the gold. So in terms of the fund, if you compare the borrowings and our own fund, you will find out that in terms of our fund that we have, it constitutes about 60% of our funds to buy gold. Now, in conclusion, we are saying as Fidelity Gold Refinery, we are committed to supporting the gold sector through various strategies. And some of the strategies, I've already highlighted them, to do with the things like, for example, access to low-cost funding, formalization of the artisan and small-scale miners. We believe that by working together, we can create a thriving and sustainable gold mining industry that benefits all stakeholders. Honourable Chair, honourable members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you.
Once again, a round of applause to the General Manager, Mr. Magaramombe, for that presentation. As indicated, we obviously, and I'm sure as MPs, you have some questions and issues you may want more clarity on.